Welcome in, everyone, to another edition of the Georgia Alabama Sports Live Show. And we are live from Opelika, Alabama, here at Glynn Smith Chevrolet GMC. Glynn Smith, we always appreciate them. The OG Originals presenting sponsor, and they will continue on for many years, as long as I'm here, as long as I keep loving on my guy, Jerry. So I appreciate him. And I'm super excited about what we got coming up here today. I got some great, fantastic guests, including Ricky Rogers will be joining me, and Mr. High School Football in the state of Georgia, and that is Phil Jones. I'll have him on here in just a little bit, so looking forward to that, and cannot wait to have him on. We are presented by Glynn Smith Chevrolet GMC, Mike Costello Law Firm, Coca-Cola, and Houston Clinic. So we're going to thank all our presenting sponsors. Not much happening this week. We dropped some athletic director state of the programs yesterday, Tuesday at Calvary. We were able to sit down with Jonathan Norton. It was more by committee instead of just one AD. We talked with Jonathan Norton, and we also had Jay Sparks on, and he's an interim AD, and Carson Lloyd, who is his assistant athletic director. Glad we were able to talk with him in Calvary Athletics. Later on tonight, we'll have Jordan dropping. Looking forward to seeing them, and Columbus High. So Jordan, Ricky Rogers was able to catch up with Russell Scott. Can't wait to talk about the Red Jackets. They hired a new football coach. We had Chad Martin on Monday to talk about Jordan, if they're going to finally get over that proverbial 50-something game losing streak they have right now. Can they finally get past that? We'll find out here this upcoming season, but we're glad we were able to have Chad in studio on Monday. And then, as I made mention, Russell Scott, Ricky Rogers tonight, and then I was able to catch up with Danielle McCoy of Office Hours and Columbus High. And by the way, just got awarded the Director's Cup, as they were the #1 school in 2A with all sports. So in every sport that GHSA can put out there, they had more points than anyone, in meaning that every single sport was competitive, had a deep playoff run, and it shows you the leadership of Danielle McCoy and how much they care about at Columbus High. Yes, football was great. It was the best season in 10 years, but we talked about all the female sports. It seems like every sport, from volleyball to softball to track and field to flag football, you name it, they made a deep run and were competitive in it. Baseball was really good. Basketball is the same thing. So glad that we were able to recognize Danielle McCoy on winning that Director's Cup. You can go see that on Muskogee County Athletics page. Kendall Mill was there to celebrate with her. So glad that they were able to do that. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back from break, we'll have more here. And I'm going to bring on the man himself, Phil Jones, Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Celebrate America's 250th all month long at Glynn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika. During the month of July, with every new or used vehicle purchase, you'll receive a beautiful embroidered American flag kit for your home. Our way of helping you proudly celebrate. We have over 500 vehicles in stock and ready for immediate delivery. You'll find the biggest discounts and a great selection. Visit Glynn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika today.
To get your case started, do yourself a favor and visit us at MikeCostelloLawFirm.com. 24/7, nights and weekends, 365 days a year, and we only collect if you get paid.
Life's a cruise, that's the move.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence always.
I'm Mike Costello, and this is what we do. Car wrecks. Yes, car wrecks. So call or text us today or visit us at MikeCostelloLawFirm.com. Costello. Car wreck. Car wreck. Costello.
Glynn Smith in Opelika is loaded with Chevy trucks and SUVs. Attention! 0% financing for 5 years on Silverado, Equinox, and Trax. Plus, no monthly payments for 90 days. Drive home in a brand new Chevy Silverado, HD, or Colorado. Looking for an SUV? Choose from Tahoes, Equinox, Trax, and Traverse. All ready to roll. With any vehicle, you'll receive a beautiful American flag kit for your home. Glynn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone. Thrift Behringer here, live from Glynn Smith Chevrolet GMC. As you see, the heart of America, heartbeat of America, first responder appreciation, and they're doing that here. Chevy, part of Glynn Smith Chevrolet and GMC. Okay, let's go ahead and bring him on. He is ITG Next, Mr. High School Football, and my good friend, Phil Jones. Phil, how are you, man?
Thrift, I'm great, brother. Listen, man, we're right around the corner from high school football season, and I'm so excited, as I know you guys are.
Most definitely, man. I can't believe we're already here. It felt like there's no summer. It just went by fast, and boom, we're here in August, and we're ready to play some football. Let's first start with that, Phil. I know you've been able to talk with some coaches and stuff. How are these next couple of weeks for those out there that don't understand high school football? What are these next couple of weeks looking like as we got scrimmage games coming up, literally starting 2 weeks tomorrow, and then the week after that, some more scrimmage games, and then August 21st will be here before you know it. I know there's also some games going on the Corky Kell Classic earlier in that week. So talk about what is happening right now in the high school football landscape.
Yeah, well, here in Georgia, and I'm not sure if they're doing this in Alabama or not, but here in Georgia, the teams are going through what's called Acclimation Week. And just like the name implies, it's a chance for teams to get acclimated to the heat. Of course, it's just hot as can be out there, but this will give teams a chance to acclimate to the heat, get out there. But then next week, buddy, it's going to start for real. They'll be popping. They'll have full pads on, and it'll be all systems go up until teams, as you mentioned earlier, go through we've got several teams that are going to have preseason scrimmages. And then, after that, you got some teams that will get an earlier start than others on the 2026 regular season right here at the end, really in the middle and the end of August. So, after this acclimation week here in Georgia, which is today's Thursday, 2 more days of this, and then Monday, teams get to rocking and rolling.
Well, we can't wait for that, and we'll be doing some of those scrimmage games coming up in the next couple of weeks. Phil, you were able to go on Middle Georgia Sports Live. I know this is Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We're all under one umbrella. And you were able to talk with Brett and Braden. That's your neck of the woods. That's where you know a lot about those schools: Peach County, Houston County, Warner Robins, veterans, and then all the Bibb County schools, Northeast, Southwest. Heck, even some of the GIAA schools, Tatnall, Stratford, who was defending 4A state champion last year. Talk about that area and how unique it is, and anyone that's never been in Middle Georgia, understanding that football runs and sports run a big part in that area.
Oh, without a doubt. It's probably the fastest growing, most explosive area of the state when you look at it as a whole. You've got the Houston County schools, you've got the Bibb County schools, you've got some of the most elite private school programs. You mentioned Stratford and FPD. And, listen, I kind of chuckle when people talk about, the GIAA. And I'm like, look, these are some big time programs. Look at the rosters of those teams. Right. Guys are 6'2", 270. I mean, they're going to D1 programs just like the public schools are. So the point being, getting back to your question, though, man, it is an elite part of the state when it comes to football. I'll talk about the teams there in Houston County. You got the Houston County Bears under Jeremy Edwards. Man, they are doing a fantastic job. They're going to be right in the mix and what is going to be an incredible Class 6A this year, which is just unreal. Loaded. Yeah, it really is unreal. It really is. I mean, you will talk about some high class football. They're going to have it. But Houston County, Warner Robins, I want to talk about Warner Robins for a second. Shane Sams has done a great job. Warner Robins there for about 6-7 year run. was either playing for a state championship or winning a state championship. And of course, they hit a little bit of a lull. You know, they had a transition going from Maurice Westbrooks to Shane Sams, who's the head coach now. But let me tell you, man, you're not going to find a more exciting, electric guy than Shane Sams. He's got Warner Robins back in the mix. They are part of our preseason top 10. I think it's 4A they're in. And so I think he's going to have that team ready to restore the faith and get back to where they are used to being, which is playing winning football there in Warner Robins. But then you mentioned the other schools. Look at Peach County. You before mentioned Maurice Westbrooks. He's there now, and he's doing exactly what he did at Warner Robins, which is building Peach County, returning Peach County to the days of Chad Campbell when he led them to state championship. So, man, listen, Middle Georgia is so ripe with elite football programs. Steve Dvorsny at Veterans, again, he's having to rebuild that program. But he has built one of the best coaching staffs in the state. I mean, you've got some deep experience on that coaching staff. Dvorsny, of course, himself won a state championship at Griffin, led the Cairo Circuit Makers to a state championship, and he's trying to do the same thing there at Veterans High School. So, look, it's tough there in Warner Robins and Houston County. You've got so many football teams vying. You got Perry. You can't forget about Perry. They, two years removed from a state championship. Coach Smith and the job he's doing. Listen to all these programs we've talked about in 3 minutes, and all the winning football and championship football programs. Thrift. I mean, you're not going to find that as far as a concentrated area of football anywhere else in the state.
I completely agree with you, man. And that is why I feel like it is such an untapped market. And we are so excited about it looks like I'm maybe a little bit frozen right now. Okay. Can you see me, Phil? I just want to make sure everything's good and we're rocking and rolling. But either way,
yeah, I got you. I got you, and I can hear you in real time.
It is a unique area, and I'm super excited to start Middle Georgia Sports Live. Obviously, we're starting within the Macon area in Bibb County, but as we expand out, I'm starting to realize that Houston County area, Warner Robins, Peach County, everything you mentioned, Perry, we already have Westfield. That footprint there could be even bigger than what we're doing here at Georgia Alabama Sports Live, and we're on the border of 2 different states. But Phil, let's transition and let's talk a little bit about these rankings that just came out in 4A. And I made mention about our footprint. One of the schools that we cover is Troup County. So I saw that they're ranked in there. Mary Persons is also ranked in there, and I'm looking at them. I got Calhoun. Obviously, Sandy Creek is coming in number 1. Cairo, they're in a region that has local schools, Shaw, Columbus, Spencer, and Hardaway. So for those out there watching, Phil Jones has Cairo number 9 in the state. That's how tough that region is. For one, let's start with Troup County. We'll talk Cairo in a minute because I think I know why you have Cairo so high. But Troup County, why do you have them at number 6? And you think, even though they're replacing Garrison Edwards, do you feel like Coach Tanner Glynn has a chance to make another deep run in the playoffs?
100%. Let me tell you, and this, I actually rank Troup. What I do is I like to look at all the returning starters they've got. Of course, Troup County had an exceptional run last year. The aforementioned Cairo Syrup Makers knocked them out of the playoffs. And I tell you, David Coleman has done one of the best yet quietest jobs in the state of Georgia at Cairo. We can talk about them in a minute, but getting back to your question about Troup County and Tanner Glynn. Here's the thing about it too, Thrift. Coach Glynn coaches the baseball team and the football team. I mean, who else is pulling off double duty like that? There's no break for that guy. But I talked to him, when I was getting the information to try to find out who the top 10 teams are in this classification. He said, look, we got everybody coming back except for a few key pieces. You mentioned one. But listen, I'm going to give you a little hint here. They've got one of the best kickers in the state of Georgia. Money.
Hold up.
Yeah, I got you. Okay.
No, I'm saying, no, hold up. I'm listening. I can't wait to hear who it is.
Oh, okay. I got you. Okay. Money McCarty. This guy, remember that name. Of course, Money is the nickname.
That's a fantastic name, Phil.
Oh, isn't it though, man? I love it. I love it. These high school kids come up with everything. But listen, they were at an OTA, an organized team activity, with Creekside, hello, Thomas County Central, hello, Troup County was, and it was at Thomas County Central. And I'm going to tell you, coming out of that OTA, of course, you know about Creekside, defending state champion. You know about Thomas County Central, defending state champion. Thrift, everybody was talking about the Troup County Tigers. And at the end of that OTA, they did one of these things where they asked Jim McCarty to kick like a 50-yard field goal, or everybody was going to have to run gassers. Kid nails it with 20 yards to spare. I mean, and look, kickers get so overlooked, and I know, people talking about your kicker. What are you doing talking about the kicker? Well, let me tell you, when the game's on the line and you need a 55-yard field goal, and there's not many kids in the state and come in and nail that. So that's kind of the secret weapon that they've got. But yeah, I just see that they got a lot of guys coming back. And I like Troup County a lot. I like Tanner Glynn a lot. I think he's one of the finest young head coaches in the state of Georgia. So yeah, that's kind of what influenced my decision, to put them in.
Yeah, and I will tell you this, man. If you ever been around Tanner Glynn, if you don't feel energetic afterwards, I don't know, you must have no pulse, because that guy can get anyone fired up. He is full of energy, passion, and you see me. I kind of get attracted to coaches that are fiery, energetic. I was talking on the morning show I was doing, Phil, and I was talking about Alex Golish, and I was like, the thing I didn't like about Hugh Freeze is he didn't have that passion, and the same thing with Brian Harsin. Early in Gus Malzahn's tenure, he's sitting there booming, beating his chest. That's what I want from my coach. I see it with Kirby Smart. I see it with Nick Saban. I see it with the best of the best. I know DeBoer's a little bit laid back, but I like coaches that are energetic. So I would love playing for Tanner Glynn. You also have in here Cairo. Cairo is a really good school that beat Troup County last year. You don't have Bainbridge, though. You think it's going to be a not quick turnaround for our guy Jamie DeBose, who's taking over for Bainbridge this year? And why is Cairo in that top 10 for those like Columbus, Spencer, Shaw, Hardaway fans that are moving to this region, learning about these schools again? And you got Cairo, one of the top 10 teams in the state.
Yeah, Bryce Puckett, the quarterback, man, he is a great Christian young man, just an exceptional athlete. He's been a big part of their success. They were a semifinalist team last year. I mentioned David Coleman. He has, and again, I said this earlier, David Coleman succeeded Steve Dvorsny at Cairo. Okay. Everybody knew about Steve Dvorsny and the success he had. And David Coleman was an assistant on the staff, and everybody was like, well, we didn't bring a big name in from the outside? Well, no. The administration obviously had a lot of respect, and they believed in David Coleman, and he has proven them to have been right. I think they were 12-2 or something like that. I don't have the records in front of them, but obviously they have ran deep into the playoffs. Like I said, they eliminated Troup County, and that got a lot of people's attention last year. I like David Coleman's a lot. He's done a great job with that program. Kids really play hard for him again. And I'm a big believer, and you are as good as your quarterback is, and as far as your quarterback will take you. And they've got a good one in Puckett there at Cairo. So he's a young man, that momentarily had thought about transferring to Thomas County Central, but said, no, I'm going to stay here at Cairo. And so he's there. And man, let me tell you, you will go as good as your quarterback is, and he's one of the best.
He is, man, and I can't wait to see him in person this year. He's going to play, like I said, several of the local schools, and we'll get him on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Phil Jones, I'm putting this out there. I don't know if anyone's ever called you this, but I used to look up, and I still do, but he retired, Tony Barnhart. I don't know if you know who that guy is.
Of
Phil
course.
Jones, but he was, that was Mr. College Football.
Of course.
And he was every Saturday morning. I remember watching him, listening to him, and any insight in college football I took from Tony. I'm putting the name out there for you, Mr. High School Football. How about that? So I hope that sticks for you, because the way you have been a part of this game, helping shine exposure and light on all the great teams. I love everything that you do, Phil, and I hope that nickname sticks. But
I'm
I
honored,
do want to
man.
talk about the transfer portal, Phil.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things happening apparently behind the scenes with a lot of these big schools, and there are quarterbacks moving from one place to the next, and then there's rights and appeals being in process, and it just seems like it's the wild, wild west right now. What is your thoughts on it? I really don't want to get specific into one incident because there's like 50 million of them, but I feel like, Dr. Tim Scott's got his hands tied. He has hundreds of schools and hundreds of incidences he's having to constantly deal with on a daily basis. Do you think there's a solution for it, and what are you seeing and hearing so far with that?
Well, I'm glad you asked. So, and this is something that's really, look, you're like me. We love the game, and a lot of people that are watching this, we love the high school. We love the high school football game for the purity of it. Okay. The innocence of it. I mean, it's high school kids. It's the ultimate amateur. Now, I know that these kids are going on to make big money and NIL deals and all that, and I get that. But still, high school football, we grew up on it. It's my community against your community. But now you've got just this influx of transfers, Thrift, that we've seen this offseason. And here's the irony. You'll remember a few months ago, the GHSA and Dr. Tim Scott had put in these new restrictions and rules that were supposedly going to make this a lot tougher. It was going to crack down on the transfers. Well, guess what? Not only has it not really made an impact, but, man, we've had more transfers. I love the name you use, the Wild Wild West, because that's exactly what it is right now. I can't keep up. I've never seen anything like it. And what happened to the new rules? Let me say this too. In fairness to the GHSA, they just don't have, and they have mentioned, they've admitted this, they just don't have the manpower to try to police these transfers. And that's going to be a problem. And I just, I know you got kids that are transferring and they are appealing it. If they're turned down, they appeal for hardships. And I just don't know. There seems to be no teeth in what the GHSA has put forward with these new rules and restrictions, because we thought that it was going to have just the opposite effect on what we're seeing. And look, I'm a little outspoken about it. That's okay. And I'm sure I'm not alone in that regard.
No, you're not. And I'm one of those with you that stand by it. And something's got to change. Something's got to change, Phil, and I'm hoping that it does in the near future, because right now I think we're doing a disservice to schools, players, and everyone involved. I think there are a lot of hands and people giving bad advice to these students.
Yep.
And sometimes it's okay to have a little adversity in your life and not jump ship the first time things don't go right your way. It's okay to overcome. And I mean, let's be honest. You transfer to a Carrollton or Beaufort or Grayson, I don't think there's any guarantee you're going to start. I mean, they're 2 or 3 deep, man. So you're having to work hard no matter where you go. And I'm hoping that some of these kids can understand that. And it's okay. Grass is not always greener on the other side. Phil, what's the next couple of weeks look like for you as you get ready for the upcoming season?
Man, let me tell you, this is kind of the calm before the storm for us here at ITG Next. Obviously we're going to be right in the middle of it for the entire state of Georgia, covering high school football like we always do. We're going to be hosting 10 coaches shows this year.
Okay.
Thrift. So we're getting ready for that, because yours truly has to host all of those 10.
Hey, trust me, I know the feeling. I know the feeling, baby.
And we're going to do those. We'll do those in like 2 days. So I'll basically look at doing 5 on one day, 5 on the other day, and then we'll put those up so people can look at them. But it's just me talking with the coaches, and we're going to do those with and I don't want to forget anybody here, but McEachern, Houston County, Worth County. I'm going to forget somebody, man. I'm going to be
you are.
Lowndes. Adam Carter is going to join us. Colquitt County, Sean Calhoun.
Nice.
That's half of them. Okay, I'm going to stop right there because I'm going to forget somebody. But listen, what everybody can do, we're going to put out a promotional piece on this coming up here in just a little bit on ITG Next, and everybody can find out all the 10 coaches shows. I'm so thrilled to have all those coaches joining us this year. So that's kind of what we're getting prepped for. And we'll be doing a weekly top 10 for all the classifications. We'll do an all classification top 25, player of the week, top performers of the week. So, getting ready for it, Thrift.
Can't wait to see it. And we will be partnering with you many times this year. So thank you so much, Phil.
Yes.
Looking forward to having you on each week when the football season starts. It's Mr. High School Football, ITG Next, and my good friend, Phil Jones. Thank you, brother.
Back at you, brother. Thank you.
That's Phil Jones, man. I love having Phil Jones on. This guy is an absolute king of his craft, and I will always take news and notes from him, and I will stand 10 toes down. I'm standing on business right now with everything he's saying when it comes to the transfer portal. I am with you 100%. Something's got to change. What's going to change? And I think it all starts with the coaches and the programs looking inside the mirror and saying, hey, it starts with us. We can't always rely on the GHSA with hundreds of schools to always crack down on everything that's going on. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, that's him. He's been literally knocking on the door. He's about to, he almost wanted to kill me for making him wait this long. It's Ricky Rogers coming up next on the Georgia Alabama Sports Live Show.
Celebrate America's 250th all month long at Glynn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika. During the month of July, with every new or used vehicle purchase, you'll receive a beautiful embroidered American flag kit for your home. Our way of helping you proudly celebrate. We have over 500 vehicles in stock and ready for immediate delivery. You'll find the biggest discounts and a great selection. Visit Glynn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika today. Get ready to smile.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
To get your case started, do yourself a favor and visit us at MikeCostelloLawFirm.com. 24/7, nights and weekends, 365 days a year, and we only collect if you get paid.
Mike Costello. I'm going to get that right every single time. We appreciate him. We appreciate Glynn Smith Chevrolet GMC. We appreciate Coca-Cola and Houston Clinic. All right, as I sometimes freeze, sometimes don't, can't make up his mind, but this guy can make up his mind. Bring him on. It's Ricky Rogers. Rick, how you been, man?
Thrift, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing good, brother. Appreciate you waiting and coming on, man. And I know you got to get back to work, but there's a couple things we want to talk about. For one, thank you for what you do at Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And you had an opportunity to talk with Russell Scott, and that's going to be dropping tonight. I was promoting it earlier on the show, that and my interview with Daniel McCoy. You can watch later tonight at 6 o'clock, and then I think 7 or 8 will be the one afterwards. Ricky, how much fun did you have catching up with Russell Scott, and how much are you looking forward to Jordan Athletics this upcoming year?
Oh, man. First of all, Phil had me ready to, run through a wall. Football season is here. I can't believe it. I'm pumped. Catching up with Coach Scott and talking about all things Jordan Athletics, again, got me pumped up, man. I'm ready for them. Watching the interview you and Frosty did the other day with Coach Martin, the new football coach. I'm ready to watch some Red Jacket football, ready to see Jordan take a step, hopefully in the positive direction.
Yeah, me too, man. That 50-plus game losing streak, it's got to get out the window. We want to throw that away, and we want to move forward. And then you were able to touch on with, Shireen Hamby, not Cobb anymore, and some of the other great coaches that really dedicate their lives to the students and the student athletes at Jordan. You got something underneath, and y'all that are watching on Facebook and YouTube, you can see it says Dimitri Legacy Golf Tournament. Ricky, we had you on when that tragic incident went down a few months back, and you were at the forefront of making sure that we talk about what Tony Dimitri's legacy was, but not just him, really his entire family, because it's a huge coaching tree there that started with his father. And then you had the idea of doing something special, which is naming a field after him. Talk about how that process went. Talk about being there a couple of days ago at the school board function when that got recognized. Because from my understanding, Kendall Bill said that Pat Hughley said, you ain't even got to stand up, Ricky. We're going to do it anyway. They were already sold. So talk about how that process went, man, and what ultimately it's going to be doing for Jordan Athletics and the Dimitri family.
So quickly, I just realized today, tomorrow, the day of our golf tournament, marks 6 months since Tony fell into the arms of our Heavenly Father. And, man, I miss him a ton. Dimitri Field is the culmination of an effort that started way back in 2016. Tony wanted to name the field in memory of his father, Anthony Dimitri Sr. Some things happened. Some people had a little opposition to it back then, and we had to table it. But I promised him it's going to be done one day. So Monday night was really the peak of that, and it was the day that a promise was fulfilled to my good friend, whom I miss dearly. We were able to get school board approval to name the field Dimitri Field, and it is honoring the legacy and memory of Anthony Dimitri Sr. and Coach Tony Dimitri. So that is going to hopefully be something I want kids in the future to say, hey, why do we play at Dimitri Field? Why is this not Red Jacket Field? And it's my sincere hope that there will be plenty of people around to look them in the face and say, let me tell you about the Dimitri family. It's already synonymous with Jordan baseball. So it's a monument and a lasting legacy to two wonderful men who have impacted thousands of lives of young men that came through the Jordan baseball program.
Yeah, man. And I appreciate you for what you were able to do and accomplish. It is something that you should not, not throw under the rug, man. It takes a lot of effort to get a lot of people to sign in, to rally behind a vision. And you were able to do that. So I think that's really cool. Speaking of Dimitri, you did a legacy golf tournament that's going to be tomorrow. We'll make an appearance there. Talk about the idea behind this Dimitri Legacy Golf Tournament, where the proceeds goes, and why you wanted to do this.
So back in my days with Tony as the Jordan Baseball Booster Club president, we did a golf tournament every year. It's what paid our bills. It's what made us be able to purchase uniforms, equipment, things like that. And it was the Anthony Dimitri Senior Memorial Golf Tournament. So a few months after Tony passed away, I got a call from Shireen Hamby, who is the assistant athletic director at Jordan. And she said, hey, look, there's some things that we would like to purchase for the athletic department that we just don't have the funds for. And I know that Tony relied on you to do the golf tournament every year. What do you think about doing a golf tournament? I said, you know what? I love that idea. Let's do it. So the Dimitri Legacy Golf Tournament was born. And again, we're honoring the legacy that they left on so many Jordan students, colleagues over the years. All the funds, 100% of the proceeds that have been raised from this tournament are going directly to Jordan Athletics. They're going to use it to buy some equipment. They've got a huddle box on their wish list and some other items that they want to be able to purchase. So this tournament, every dollar raised and not a penny less goes directly back to Jordan Athletics to support everything from football to baseball to girls basketball, all the way down to, soccer and track and field, wrestling. Each program will be able to benefit from the funds that have been raised.
All right, Ricky, finally, let's talk about the team that's right behind you. The Columbus Lions able to bring home a championship, man. What an unbelievable undefeated season. Now we just need one for the team that you love so much, and the community does too. How's the Clingstone second half of the season, and you think there's an opportunity for them to make a deep playoff run? But also, I just feel like expectations a little bit different with the Clingstones when they don't have control over their roster. They have control over their experience at a game. So I think it makes it a little bit different. But how are they doing in the second half of the season?
So far, so good. Still tied for first place. They took a loss last night. They're down actually in Pensacola. So the game Tuesday night was actually postponed due to Hurricane Bertha or Tropical Storm Bertha, whatever they're calling it. Made it to where they couldn't play the game. So last night they did take it on the chin, but today two men are joining the roster. Riley Fry, who's a left-handed pitcher, an arm we are in desperate need of getting. And the other young man, his name, if you'll give me just 1 second, I can tell you. I've been in golf tournament mode, so I haven't been able to be on it.
That's tomorrow, man.
Infielder Colby Jones. They've both been promoted from Rome to Columbus, and I'm assuming they're joining the team in Pensacola today. So again, left-handed arm that we really needed badly. Colby Jones as an infielder is a pretty highly rated prospect. Can't wait to see what he does against AA pitching. But like you said, the Clingstones, it's not like they can sign guys and they're going to be here. As soon as we get a player that performs well, the whole point of AA baseball is to snatch them, pull them up to AAA because they're trying to get them ready for the major league club. Right now with the trade deadline, there's probably some shenanigans going on with rosters at every level of the Braves farm system to get some guys some face time that may result in them being used as trade bait to get some guys that are ready to jump onto the major league roster and contribute to hopefully a Braves postseason run.
Well, Ricky, thank you so much for coming on, man. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow at the Legacy Golf Tournament, and we appreciate you and everything you do, man. Love you, brother, and look forward to seeing you throughout this year on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And later tonight with Russell Scott.
Yeah, can't wait for that to drop, and it's taking you long enough for sure, Thrift, but we'll get it posted and get Jordan some. You guys tune in and listen to Coach Scott talk to you about Jordan and some of the challenges that they face and the ways that they are attacking those challenges.
The best dressed AD in the business and one of my good friends, Ricky Rogers. Thank you so much, brother. Talk to you later, man.
Thanks, Thrift.
That's Ricky Rogers. We want to say thank you to him for joining in. We'll take a quick break. When we come back from break, we're going to wrap it up here from Glynn Smith Chevrolet GMC.
Glynn Smith in Opelika is loaded with Chevy trucks and SUVs. Attention! 0% financing for 5 years on Silverado, Equinox, and Trax. Plus, no monthly payments for 90 days. Drive home in a brand new Chevy Silverado, HD, or Colorado. Looking for an SUV? Choose from Tahoes, Equinox, Trax, and Traverse. All ready to roll. With any vehicle, you'll receive a beautiful American flag kit for your home. Glynn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Get ready to smile.
To get your case started, do yourself a favor and visit us at MikeCostelloLawFirm.com. 24/7, nights and weekends, 365 days a year, and we only collect if you get paid.
Hello, everybody. This is DJ Jones with the Sports Vision's morning show for the best in local, regional, and national sports news. Weekdays from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
You can find the Sports Vision's morning show on Facebook, YouTube. Also, you can listen to us on Apple and Spotify by typing in the Sports Vision's morning show and download the Sports Vision's radio app right now in your app store today.
Sports Vision 92.1. We are your hometown sports guys.
Big Rich holding down the fort. DJ Jones live from Tampa Bay SEC Media Days. You can catch all of that on the Sports Vision Morning Show this past week. You can go listen to it right now on the Sports Vision Facebook page and YouTube channel. The rest of the week, what do we got? Well, we got sitting with ADs, 2 of them tonight, Danielle McCoy and Russell Scott. You'll be able to watch later on here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We got Sideline Stories with Kim and Kelly. That'll be dropping probably on Sunday. So looking forward to seeing that, or sooner, who knows. But we were able to get that episode up and running last night. So looking forward to seeing what's going on with Kim and Kelly as they are about to start up the season. And look forward to having them on. And then later on Sunday, we'll be doing our Georgia Alabama Sports Live show because next week it's going to be busy. We have media days galore from on Friday, Muskogee County Media Days to Saturday, Brookstone Media Days. Jesus. Choke him. To Saturday, we're doing a live show from Synovus Park for the 100th anniversary of baseball here in Columbus. So looking forward to being there for that. And the week after that, more media days. And then before you know it, we're doing our first stream. So stay tuned, like, subscribe, be a part of the show, and we'll see you next time on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Thank you so much to Glynn Smith Chevrolet GMC. Their lot is full of cars and trucks right now. Come and take a test drive at anything you want. You'll see all the inventory more than anywhere else. People drive across the area, the southeast in the country. And I got to get out of here before I choke. See you next time, Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Celebrate America's 250th all month long at Glynn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika. During the month of July, with every new or used vehicle purchase, you'll receive a beautiful embroidered American flag kit for your home. Our way of helping you proudly celebrate. We have over 500 vehicles in stock and ready for immediate delivery. You'll find the biggest discounts and a great selection. Visit Glynn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika today. Get ready to smile.